You were on a bit of a march recently, weren't you? Or in a van protest of some sort. Tell us about it. Which is there's something that is valuable. It means a lot to a lot of trade out there, does it? Tell us a little bit about
It does, yeah. So I was part of the Trades United protests to help stop tool theft. And the idea behind that was we had a petition going with the government, and 100,000 signatures, it would have to be debated in Parliament. At 50,000, the petition was closed because Parliament closed. And so as a determined, resilient bunch, we wanted to continue to push the topic and make something happen either way.
How's that going now?
So currently the latest is police are keeping tabs on things better. So essentially, stealing tools is illegal no matter what. But it can't be policed because the police are understaffed and under-budgeted. You know, there's loads of reasons why it's hard to keep that under control. However, what we can do is try and cut off their means of being able to sell these stolen goods. A big area in which they're sold is car boot sales and markets all across the country, primarily in the London area.
So wrong.
But it really is all over the country.
When we actually think about, like, just for a moment,
it's disgusting.
Yeah,
it absolutely
is.
But
let's just think about this just for a moment. You've been working, you've worked hard, you're paying your bills, you've built your tool chest up, and then somebody steals it.
Well, this is exactly why I got involved. I like to think I'm in a nice area and I'm not directly at risk of tool theft. Touch wood. However, if my tools got stolen, that wouldn't just cripple me financially. I think I'd completely lose my head over it as well. I don't think I'd be strong enough to really just keep going and keep smiling. I think that would really massively impact me.
I remember many years ago, we bought a trailer, an Ivor Williams trailer, second-hand one, and we worked so hard for it. We saved our money. I mean, I remember one weekend having beans on toast, like we do. Like, beans on toast is fine, but that's all we could afford. It wasn't, we could afford a fillet steak or anything. We only could afford beans on toast for a week, right? And somebody stole my trailer.
It's heartbreaking, isn't it?
It was awful. I remember it didn't have a jockey wheel on it at the time, and I was going to get a jockey wheel, and I remember hearing the spang, and I thought, that's the A-frame. And I got up, I looked outside, and this trailer had gone. And you lose faith in mankind, don't you?
Yeah, you do massively. And that's why I was a part of the protest. That's why, as more than 300 tradesmen and vans, we drove in convoy across London and around Parliament Square. We did 4 or 5 laps of Parliament Square.
Good.
And we completely brought the entire central London area.
Do you think people's listening now? Do you think it'll help?
Be listening. I think the police are now actively going to car boot sales and actively calling out these people that are selling tools. The car boot sales themselves are actually one by one banning the sale of power tools unless you can prove ownership, which is fine. If you want to sell a second tool, that's not a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Or if you're clearing out your granddad's garage and getting rid of a
load
of
some of the
old
tools are good. The old wood
but to sell them, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But if you're turning up at a car boot sale and you've got a matching set of 20 Makita power tools, next to them you've got 30 odd DeWalt power tools, and then in the corner you've got a load of Milwaukee tools. But if you've blatantly got sets of tools that are fully functioning and are not second-hand, they are stolen.
But if you were a young kid with no experience at all and you've seen these tools, you think this is fantastic, wouldn't you? But then you have to stop and think the effect that this has on somebody. And this is why mental health. Can you imagine the effect on somebody's mental health
I know exactly the effect, and I know a lot of people who've been targeted by it. And the thing is, it's not just grown men running businesses that have got insurance. It's college students that are getting their tools stolen.
Yeah.
A friend of mine has an apprentice who's studying to be an electrician, and he was in a lecture at college probably around 2 months ago now, and him and 6 of his classmates all got their entire van stripped out and stolen while they were sat in a lecture trying to get qualified to get on site and work.
Fix Radio.